Hi everybody, this is the semifinal match from the 2016 US Open.
Vegas, and I bowled well at the showboat back in the day, but never figured out how to win. I couldn't win anything in Vegas. That's why I quit gambling. Too tough.
He's Hall of Famer Marshall Holman. I'm Dave Ryan. Here in Vegas watching Maldonado take on François Lavoie. Third match. Two-pin here to begin the match.
Left off his hand, never picked
Two
up the
pins were not very hard to leave at the US Open. The lanes got really tight. They were tight all week, but they were even tighter on the TV show, especially with as much urethane going down the lane as there has been. The two lanes played a little bit different, and being the number one being the higher seed, I decided to let Sean start on the left lane so that I would finish on it. It just felt like, from what I saw in practice, it just felt like I had a little bit more room to miss on the left lane than I did on the right lane.
First look at François Lavoie.
23 years old. And one of the lighter members on the tour.
Here's my first shot.
Slight frame, big game though, and all 10 down.
Pretty good shot to start. Sean had bowled a really good game just before, so to me it was really important to get off to a good start and hopefully take an early lead, because on a pattern like this it was a fairly demanding pattern, and they played really tight on the TV pair, so I didn't want to give him any chance or fall behind or anything, so I was just focused on executing good shots one after the next, and I started out pretty well. 2 good shots. That's what I wanted to do. That's really what I was focused on at the beginning.
Yeah, he's been in the wings for a little over an hour.
And you can still see that second shot I threw hit light a little bit. That's just how tight they were. Again, goes back to the urethane. The lights on TV make them tighter all the time.
That's just not their style.
No.
Probably Sean is the most outspoken. He said he does a lot of internalizing. His own best friend, he told us. There's all 10 down.
Good job by Sean.
Likes to have conversations with himself to keep him.
That's kind of what I was expecting. You know, like I said, he'd bowl a really good game before, so he's probably feeling confident. There we see he shot 238 against Simonson, which on this is a really good game.
Maldonado talking to himself, saying to relax. Strike here will square up the match.
He likes it, and a 10 is just late.
Enough.
Yeah, I'm sure he was happy with that hit.
Almost went in front of the pin. We'll take a look and watch as the ball comes into the pocket.
Again, you see the ball wants to go long, both his and mine. A couple of light hits for both of us to start the match. But really, really tight. A lot tighter than they had been during the week.
Lavoie trying to continue the perfect start. Will do just that. He's in that 1-3 pocket right now.
Still trying to take it one shot at a time. Only leading by 10. He's working on a double. So at that point, I'm just thinking about the shot I'm going to throw next, and want to make it as good as I can.
We meant to mention Andy Bowler. A 300 game on tonight's telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of Pepsi, the official soft drink of bowling.
This is for the front four. It's got to hurry.
Perfect start.
Like I said, I wanted to finish on the left lane. I felt like there was a little more miss room, and you saw it on that shot. It leaked it a little right, and it hooked back. And part of that is the practice strategy that we used, that I used for myself. I wanted to create a little bit of hook to the right, so starting the practice session, I threw some shots with surface a little farther right than where I wanted to be to kind of try to help myself out a little bit. That was a pretty good shot by Sean.
Now the ball hit the pocket right where you like to have it, but he knew off his hand that
Now,
ball
as
was
this
left.
develops,
It
you'll
didn't
see
come
um,
into the pins with any authority.
a lot of the shots I throw, like I said, on the left lane there, leaked it a little right and it hooked. That's 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 mostly because I think we did a good job. And I say we, I mean Tim, Dell, and Jim, the Storm reps that were there with me and myself. Our strategy was good in that we threw balls that had a little more surface on them farther to the right to create that little hook area. But at the same time, everybody who bowled before me, or two of the people that bowled before me, Maldonado bowled 2 games and Simonson bowled 1 game with urethane, and so they created a little bit of hold for me, which that's really ideal if you have hook to your right and hold to your left. I mean, it's it's really ideal, like I said. And there you see again the really tight down lane, partially because of all the urethane balls that went down. And Sean switched to a code black probably because he didn't feel like his urethane ball would be, probably because he didn't feel like he would get it around the corner with his urethane ball.
Tough conversion, open frame.
Now at this point I've got a fairly comfortable lead, but the mindset still doesn't change. I still want to throw another good shot in the 5th, another good shot in the 6th, and go sit down for the next 2 frames.
Just graduated from college last December. Still living in Wichita. Went to Wichita State, which is the premier collegiate bowling program and has been for many years.
Gonna stay perfect, front 5. Got it. What a start.
Little funky hit.
Former Wichita State star, All-American, collegiate singles champ, team champion. He was something in college. Not trying to make his mark in the pro.
But can a Canadian be an All-American?
Sure.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Not only the pro level,
Throwing it back to the college days.
Talked about it, 2015 helped the Wichita
That was a good
State
time winning the intercollegiate team championships with Wichita State. Can't say enough good things about the program and the coaching staff there. They've really helped my game a lot through the years.
Front 6, yeah.
And on that shot, that was a really good shot, probably one of my best so far in the match. The shots that I've been throwing, in the same spot, it's starting to develop a little bit better. And you see that one splitting the 8-9. That ball reaction was really good.
Long-time member of Team Canada, lots of international experience, bowling for his country, but now he's here in Vegas trying for a first ever title and a major. And he's perfect in this game.
Again, just focused on what I need to do. I'm not really worried about what he's doing.
Yeah, Maldonado, he needs to string strikes right now. Maldonado, he can shoot, let's see, 3, 6, 9, I think he shoot 20.
See, now he's creating a lot,
I believe is his
a lot more down lane than his urethane ball would have.
Doing the math.
246. A must.
Stop. To pull within 44 and no.
You heard him yell stop when he threw that ball. That's the same lane that he just left the 2-pin on. He made the right
Just
adjustment.
a touch too much down lane. And like I said, the left lane is the one that seems to hook a little bit more. You see it right there. It just takes off and takes a left turn.
4-9.
A little too high for the 4-9.
Here he finds himself in a very difficult situation.
Tough one, converts and whiffs and misses both. And the late open.
Yeah, he gave it a good
look at that deficit grow.
Yeah, he gave it a good try. He had to make it. And now it's 68 pins. And for Lavoie, right now there are 2 things on his mind. Number one.
Now by that point,
make good shots in
while he was shooting his 4-9, I looked at the score and obviously figured out that he can shoot 212. So all I really need to
How
do
about it,
is
front seven?
have a couple good frames here
You
and
bet.
stay clean, and
120 pounds of
I'll
power.
win the match and move
It's
on.
locked in right now.
I'm still not thinking about anything more than that. I'm just focused on one shot at a time.
High flush.
Again,
Right
they're
pin
starting to hook a
falls.
little bit more now.
Front seven.
Best finish to date, second place at the PBA Wolf Open in September. PBA Fall Swing on CBS Sports Network. This for the perfect 8 in a row. Oh, yeah.
So now I'm getting pretty comfortable with the pair. In general, on both lanes, I'm fairly comfortable. I think the right lane was a little bit tighter at first, but that one is also starting to hook a little bit more, and so is the left lane. Splitting the 8-9 again. It's fairly clear what I need to do now. I just chased it a little bit to the left. I think I made a 1-1.
Wolf lost to Jason Belmonte, Badger. And Maldonado, a strike here late.
Maldonado lost something as he threw that last shot. I don't know if it was his microphone. Whoops. Yep. Says you can have this back. I'm not talking right now.
Some of the joys of live TV there. A little mic problem.
Sean started
Gotta fix it on the
going at
spot.
age 2.5. Oh, you're that young, you got to throw two hands, right?
Yeah.
So he's kept that going his entire career.
So by that time, I've
12's the best that Maldonado
I've won the match,
and that's not going to be anywhere
and
near.
you might have seen me go back there for a little bit. I went to talk to Tim, and this is where this kind of gets interesting. Like I said, throughout the match I was focused on one shot at a time only. I wasn't thinking about much more, and so the reason I went and talked to Tim Mack, is I wanted to ask him if I should try something else before the next match to try to get ready for the final match against Marshall. Marshall had bowled unbelievably throughout the entire event. He led by a lot to get the #1 seed, and so I really wanted to have a couple of options at least to figure something out for the finals if what I was doing was starting to go away or if it didn't work. But as I'm asking Tim if I should try something different, again, a good shot there. Like I said, it's fairly clear now what I need to do. But as I'm talking to Tim and I say, should I try something else? He says, well, don't you want to go for the bonus? And I said, what bonus? He goes, there's a $10,000 bonus for a 300 game. So I scratched the idea of trying something else, and I said, yeah, sure, Tim, I'll go for the bonus.
And assured of going into the finals for a chance at the U.S. Open Championship.
Leaked that one right a little bit. Got a light hit, lucky hit. I was happy with it. So now, obviously, there's it's not easy to keep my mind as quiet as I'd like it to be. There's I just got reminded of a $10,000 bonus. There's a little reaction after the love, but I try to. So obviously, there's a lot on my mind now, and I just tried to focus on my pre-shot routine, try to get back into the right frame of mind. That one was better, a little closer to the other ones. Now, it might not look like it, but I was definitely nervous at that point. I've heard a lot of people say, it looks like you're unfazed by all of it, and I was definitely very nervous at that point in time. And you'll see there, I'll take a couple deep breaths. Here's a deep breath, exhale. I went through my pre-shot routine the shot before. I went to the right, plenty of hook there. I was pretty happy. We just saw Tim Mack there. He's one of the big reasons for the success that I've had recently on tour.
At a U.S. Open final. History